G'day, how you going? It's Tippy Tail Tuesday again, and outside catching the nice autumn sun with Jerry. Hey Jerry, you're all better now, aren't you? Yeah, Jerry. Jerry's all better now. So we had a good session last week, and I was trying to experiment with flash photography. I had my sister as the model. That was a bit of an eye-opener. I didn't realise how hard it is. It's not hard in the sense of practicality. I mean, all that I found really was just getting the bloody strength of the flash right. But there's more to it, there's setting it up, the lighting, everywhere from getting the model to pose right, to the settings, the background. If you see a lot of the pros, they know what they're doing in the sense of setting it all up. It's not just about the gear and getting the gear right and the settings right. There's a lot of stuff around that with flash photography, I'm talking about portrait flash photography, or portrait photography in general. You don't really need a flash. You can use continuous light sources. Now with the LED revolution, you don't really need flashes anymore. You can just use continuous light sources, and even LEDs. You can change the temperature of the lights. Anyway, it's a whole area that I need to really practice more. Because my sister was down, we went and tested out the EPL8 that she's got. A guy in the comment, I didn't even realise there's 3 versions of the EP of the those cameras, of the pens. There's the EP, there's the EPL and EPM. I thought there was just one pen, other than the pen F, which everyone loves. I think they're up to EPL 9, I think. A funny fact I heard, well, they went from the EP3 to the EP5 because 4 in Japan is like a bad omen or something. So that's probably why there's no version 4 of anything in Japan. Hey Jerry, unlucky. It's an unlucky number. Funny enough, 4's my favourite number. Alright, so what else did I do? So yeah, with the flash photography, I'm telling you now, most of it was fixed in post. Even the shit shots. It's amazing what you can do in post, especially with Luminar Neo. And even with Luminar Neo, you can't over bloody do it. I'm telling you now, you can really overdo it. Some of that facial AI, it turns out unnatural. I mean, to the point you got to be really easy on the sliders, because you can really ruin your photo. The less is more, really. And even Jim Nix says it. You got to take it easy on the bloody sliders, I'm telling you now, because less is more. You can HDR it too much, or with face AI, you can full on, turn the person into one of those Instagram, fake models. Jerry, I would never do that to you, Jerry. I would never turn you into a Instagram model. Hey, Jerry, why are you always a good girl? Catching the sun, Jerry? Yes, you catch the sun. You catch the sun. Okay, so this one was one of the good ones that I thought turned out alright. It's nice even light. I like up here you can click these 2 buttons. This is the new feature in Luminar, and you can show the highlights. So if you go, for instance, here, if you go to exposure, it shows you the highlights. Drop the shadows just so you get a black backdrop here, and then increase the highlights there. With exposure, probably needed a little bit more, but you can fix that. Actually, I won't do that because you can fix that with the vignette. Vignette's got a little feature in it. And the blacks, you can even bring it even more down. I'll crop it first, rule of thirds. I guess it doesn't really matter with this because it's a black backdrop. maybe a bit more room up the top. So I'll commit that. You go to the portrait section here. Bokeh you don't need because there's no bokeh to be done. Now this is where you got to be careful. So you can do face light here. So rather than increase the whole photos light, you can just do it with this AI tool. And you know it's almost cheating because you're like it's like you're it's like you're having a post flash. If you're stuffed up on location with your flash, don't worry, Rob, just fix it later. Now this is the controversial one. You can make them slimmer. So yeah, this is the controversial one. I'm not going to touch that one. But then if you want to make it fake, it's the eyes. If you can't get it right in camera with the catch light and everything, you can come over here. But I'm telling you, this is where I didn't notice that. You can get brown. Oh God, look at that. I didn't know this was here. It's the, what do you call it? The White Walkers. It's the Game of Thrones. An owl. I didn't even know this was here. Anyway, but yeah, you can really create fakeness here when you what's this iris flare. So there you can put a catch light in there as well. But you see how it sort of makes it a bit, I don't know, just like too shiny. I mean, you can go crazy. Or if you want to do it just a little bit, so just, you got to be really careful not to overdo it. Otherwise it turns out to be too fake. And then this one's another one where you can just get rid of the shine and things like that. So you can just make it a bit more shine removal. Because sometimes, you know how you get the flash might shine a little bit. But the vignette has this really cool called inner light, where you can actually add more light to it in the center, and that pops it out a bit. That's pretty much all you do, and you can get a good even light over it. And this one was a preset. If you go to edits up here, it tells you what you've done. And this one was, well, I can't remember what preset it was, but it did all this. That's one hell of a preset. That kind of gives you that. You remember those in the 90s when you went and got your portrait done at the studio, and they had it reminds me of a 90s photo or a late 80s when you went into the studio and you got the whole family done. I reckon it turned out all right. It's just a creative editing. And of course, here's one where you get all the presets over here. For some reason, I found the presets of version 4, Luminar 4, to be a little bit better. But yeah, you can go to like easy portrait. God, look how skinny I used to be. That's what 7 kilos does to you. There you go, Tippy Tail Tuesday for today. I'm still bloody at 105 kilos. I think I was 98 here. Anyway, that was a flash that I tried about 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. I'll show you then. Let's go crazy then. Bokeh, smash it. And what that does is it blurs the background. So it picks you because it's AI and it knows, and it blurs the background. Face. So you can chuck a lot of face on there. And bang, there you go, 90 kilos. I finally got there. I finally reached my goal. 90 kilos. Jerry, look. Yes, Jerry, look how skinny I am. I'll commit that because I worked hard to get that slim. Where am I? Skin. Yeah, like that. I'll get rid of that shine. It's pretty hard to get rid of that shine up there. That's almost impossible to get rid of that shine. Talk about shiny head. Body. What's this one? Shape. Well, you can even become slimmer. I didn't know that. God, they're starting to look like. Remember those photos like of my dad in the 40s where it's all painted? There's the eyes. So I'll get a nice catch light. Iris flare. Yeah, actually, I need to change my eyes to blue. That's better. I always wanted to have blue eyes. Enlarge the eyes. Even better. Gollum. Gollum, the evil one, crept up and swept away. Make my eyes whitening. Jerry. Red eye removal. No, I don't need that. Dark circles. Geez, I need that. Improve the eyebrows. What the hell does that do? Just makes them dark. Lips. Jerry. Now I'm turning tranny. Mouth. Teeth whitening. Did they actually whiten it? It does too. Huh. That's awesome. So all that needs now is a good... I'll drop the exposure. Drop the blacks. Increase the whites. And now that needs now an AI crop. What's AI going to do? There you go. AI, put it right. And commit that. And there you go. Bob's your uncle. Or Bob's your auntie. Hey Jerry, Bob's your auntie, not your uncle. Jerry, have a look. Jerry, you introduce it. Yes, it's Gear Acquisition Syndrome Week. Jerry, you stay there, because you're on TV, remember? You have a little sit-upon. No, you sit here and you stay here and you have a little sit. This thing. The Zoom F2 field recorder. It's a beauty, because... You know me and wind is just a recorder, so, and it's one of the better ones. It's plug and play. Just sit, Jerry, sit. All right, you go then, you big sook. Yeah, you sit there, yeah, you big sook. One of my things that I really need, because every time I go out, the wind stuffs me up. And or sometimes the camera stops bloody recording. I've done it before on the EM1 Mark II, the boom mic that I've put on there, or the external mic that I've put on there. I forgot to put the external power source on the camera setting. It's a beauty because it also has a hold button there in case you accidentally press it. And this thing, I'm telling you now, you turn it on, it goes for about 3-4 hours. I'll put it on now actually. Hard thing is to know that it's actually bloody working. There's no kind of indicator, there's only like a little light there. Then you can hold it, put it in hold, and that now when you press that button nothing happens. So now this is recording here. So I went and bought an extra wind dead cat for it, because the cat that they give you is just those foamy ones. So I haven't tested this one out yet. Dead cat, and then you put that under your shirt. That guy Marcus, can't remember his name, but the one that Camera Conspiracies got me onto him. He's quite good. He's like an old film guy from the 80s. He made his own film. He loves microphones and sound. He's from Hollywood, you know, the old days. It's quite interesting. If you check him out, he's got a really good backstory to his career. He does a lot of, he's an artist, so he does those miniatures and stuff. Just like, remember, that's my favourite movies, Harry Husenhausen or something. Clash of the Titans and Jason and the Argonauts. He kind of does those, but he does more, I don't know, but go check him out. He's got a good video where he talks about, he made a movie for like $4 million or something back in the 90s. Anyway, I digress. He likes sound. He's giving these away. I mean, I didn't get one, but I went and bought mine. Videos. And the only crap thing is you got to sync it up.
I might
That's the
have
only
to.
thing.
So now this is recording. So I've got to sync this to the video, which is fair enough. I mean, it wouldn't be too hard to do.
Yeah, so even the beauty of this is that it's always with you. So no matter how far I am from the camera, I'm always in earshot. It's similar to this, the solution you get with, what the hell, the Rode Wireless Go. That's it. It's just, same. You can go, but with that you've got field of sight. So with this, it's with you all the time, and that way it's easier. So you can move around. And with this one here, like I'll switch it to this one, and listen to it now. The ambient sound is just shocking. So the ambient sound that's all around is just, it over drowns it, especially if you're in traffic. Hey Jerry, are you there? There you are, Jerry. Yeah. So now I can be walking around with Jerry, walking around with you, and everyone can hear us. Did you want to say something, Jerry? Hey, Jerry, you say something. He's very shy. Actually, the Rode Go version 2 wireless, that has this built into it. So it's the best of both worlds. You have the wireless solution, and then also it backs up by recording on a separate track the sound, just in case the camera sound stuffs up. You've got a recording here as well. So I should upgrade to that really, but how many more bloody things you got to buy? Every year they make a new bloody thing. Anyway, thanks for watching this week's Tippy Tail Tuesday. Jerry likes to sit with me at the computer and help me edit. Hey Jerry, you like editing? You like helping editing? Yes, I know, Jerry. You help edit with the movies. Anyway, thanks for watching this week's episode of TTT. I hope you learned something. Probably not, but Jerry. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on next week's Tippy Tail Tuesday. Upcoming this week will be...